What's up, everybody? I wanted to talk about this. There's some real shit I'm about to talk about. My man GT, one of the best rappers out of Detroit. I highly respect, honor him. Shout out to Peasy and Babyface Ray, Cash Doll. I personally know these people. Did bodyguard work for these people. So I already know what they speaking on when they say certain things. But like my man GT, man, I always knew GT was always like real analytical, for real with it. So this is why I know I can vibe with him, for real, you know. He just got through speaking on a situation about other cultures is basically raping Detroit. He ain't lying, man, for real. I done traveled, but these guys done really traveled. So they had a chance, you know, these rappers, they have a chance to be able to go abroad, travel from New York to LA, Detroit to down south, and they see a lot of our products that come from Detroit down there in these other cities. You know, other artists, they come here, they get money, whether it's artists or rich people in general. If you have any kind of money, you can invest in Detroit because Detroit is up for grabs. It's always been like that for the last 30, 40 years. When housing was real low, me personally, me being in the Nation of Islam over 30 years, I've witnessed brothers coming from California, where the price of living is very high, purchasing homes in Detroit from computers. And after they secure the home and get it renovated, then they move here, move them and their whole family here when houses was nothing but like $3,000. You know what I'm saying? And they put a couple of thousand into it. And now they done flipped it 3-4 times. You know, when I was incarcerated up north, I knew white men that was buying houses from Detroit. They was out of Russia and they was buying houses in Detroit. Detroit been getting ravished, man. It's been getting raped. I've been tired of it. So I'm glad you spoke on it, brother. What we gonna do about it, man? We don't make anything. We say it's made in Detroit. What, we got some t-shirts made in Detroit? What, we got automotive industry? Okay, that's made in Detroit. But it's just being outsourced. You know what I'm saying? How is it coming back to us? Only thing that's coming back to us is the jobs. So the only way Detroiters benefit from outside customers or outside vendors is by working for them. Who we working for? They just laid off second shift at Chrysler. One of my cousins, one of my family members at the truck plant got laid off indefinitely because now they not bringing the Ram truck back or whatever they trying to do with the Ram truck. They replaced the Ram truck with the Wagoneer. So now those who worked on the Ram truck is out of business. They out of work. So the benefit that was coming back to the city of Detroit is now gone. And now guys who done bought these nice houses out in East Point, you know, or wherever, you know, wherever you done bought, you know, whatever you done purchased or whatever, you done accumulated all these things from working, now you out of work indefinitely with Chrysler. The dispensaries, Cookies, all these other dispensaries that's around here. A lot of these dispensaries is out of Cali and other states. You remember at a time when other states could not, where marijuana is still illegal in other states. With that being said, the vendors are running and proprietors are running to the states that allow this activity. So they come to Detroit, set up shop here. We go to support their dispensaries. Okay, what's in it for us? See, we've been going back and forth with this even back when I stayed on 7 Mile and Greenfield in Zone A area, 48235, Ferguson and Pembroke. We used to always say the Chaldeans came over here in the 70s and 80s. They set up liquor stores. But behind the alley of the liquor store is us, is our house. Those houses was being ran down. What were they doing as we would continue to support them and buy liquor, lottery, and other products and everything from them? But we never received any of that benefit. That money went straight back into the Chaldean community. Then after the Chaldeans and the Arabs ran us and milked us dry, then the Indians with the red dot took over. Now they taking over, and they are a lot more stricter. You talk about how the Chaldeans was raping, ravaging our people and taking from us and sending it back to Iraq and Beirut and all these and Lebanon. The Indians is really raping us, and they strict with it. They ain't playing. They not taking no shorts, and they not tolerating no disruption to their business. It ain't, and they don't want to sit down and talk with nobody. They don't understand diplomacy, the black community, all that stuff we talking about, black power and how we can work together we help your community, you help ours. They not willing to help or work with you in no kind of way. So we was already experiencing that with them. And then remember, in the 80s, we had the wig industry with BET, Don Johnson. We had the Robert Johnson and them. We had the BT Jet. We had the Luster Silk. We had the wigs. We had the products. We lost that to the Asians. Now you can't even get back into the Asian community and allow them to work with us to get that power we once had. We lost that power. So we lost our black power. And that's what I wanted to talk to GT about, man. Look at him, man. You can reach out to me, bro. You know, we ain't too far away from each other. But look, man, we lost our power, man. We lost our power, bro. Our black dollar, man, is not recirculating. It's not being reciprocated. As you was speaking, you was on a point when you was talking about how our dollars is not being reciprocated among ourselves. Our black dollars are leaving the city of Detroit. In addition to Michigan as a whole, because we got Detroits all over the state. We got hoods all over the state that's just like Detroit. But we lost our black dollar to white power. And not just white power, other cultures we're putting our dollars into, and it's not being reciprocated back unto us again. So now the question goes down to, what can we do to keep our own black dollars circulating among our own selves and keep it there at least 30 to 45 days before it leaves our community? We got 2 black banks in the city of Detroit. I don't hear anybody talking about these black banks. We always talking about Chase and Bank of America and all these other banks. Come on, man, PNC, man, that's Pittsburgh, man. What Pittsburgh banks doing here? We not even supporting our own, but we go to Pittsburgh, PNC. Chase Bank, man, that's New York, man. Come on, man, that's Rockefeller and them, man. Stop it, bro. What are we doing? And we got the bread. We got the bread. Some millions, bro, a few million, bro, can start our own banks. But we're choosing to like glorify all these other things that really ain't talking about shit, man. Now this joker coming out here with a Timberland boot, Louis Vuitton. He done collabo with Louis Vuitton, $82,000 for a Timberland boot with Louis Vuitton on it. And he feel comfortable enough to promote that. That's because he know that right now, the way our mindset is so desensitized that we would rather buy a Louis Vuitton boot just to get status among our own people rather than try to invest in something like a black-owned bank. To try to help our own black businesses get more businesses. And not only are black businesses getting more business, but encouraging black businesses to finance and support other black businesses like how record labels support each other. For example, I'm a rapper. I get a record deal for $1 million for me to put out music. But I got my mans Nuck Nuck and Pookie over here. They rap too. So I want to start a label to get them on. We can do that with our own businesses. But we not even thinking like that. You get the bank that get you started to start your own business. And then from that, you put your people on. Shout out to my man Cortez. Put your people on. You put your people on by saying, okay, I got Tisha over here. I got Tanya over here. I got my cousin, Bo over here. I got my cousin Boo over here. I'm about to put them on because they got dreams and aspirations. They got business plans and all that, and put them on. And this is how we put each other on, and we circulate this stuff within ourselves. We not doing it, man. We losing traction. We losing focus, man. We losing focus because we getting caught up in money, sex, and drugs, bro. Stuff that ain't gonna last long, man. This stuff been killing our people, man. We gotta learn, bro. My father died from this drug stuff, man. I was incarcerated from this drug stuff in this game, this life out here, man. Ain't nothing coming up of it, man. We can hype and glorify, but when you on the inside behind bars and you see people coming inside and you hearing the different stories, it'll make you change, man. Like, dang, what I thought was like that, what I thought that was real was really fake, man. The real love, man, in the long-lasting love and the everlasting love, bro, is self-preservation, order, and structure. We got to bring the structure, man, to the city of Detroit, especially black Detroiters. We need structure. We need a program, and we need to make it where no one is bigger than the program. Set up the structure, set up the program, and don't go outside the program. Not even the one who ever create the program should not be able to go above the program or the structure. Same way it is with the God, the way he created the universe. God Allah created the universe. He structured it in such a way that we all can live and survive. He himself cannot even destroy the own structure that he created. He's not bigger than the structure. We have allowed people to come in and destroy the structure that we have. And personally, I don't even really think we even had structure, but we was gaining structure during the 60s because we didn't have no choice. After 1968, and we were able to kumbaya and come together with white people or whatever, then we gave up the farmlands. Before 1968, we had over 55 million acres of farmland. After 1968, we went from 55 million, we started collaborating with white folks and we started becoming more broad in how we deal, and we start, just changing the whole structure and giving up our whole formats and our whole foundation. We went from 55 million acres of farmland to 5 million. So this is what GT talking about. This has been our issue since the 50s, man. When we didn't have no one else to go to, we was our strongest. If we looked at weak, probably from someone else's point of view, but we were actually strong, bro. The Oklahoma, we were strong. So much racism down there, they had no choice but to build their own city and support each other and circulate their own black dollars among themselves. That made them the richest city in the United States. Detroit, I could come all the way up to Detroit when we had the Strip. You know what I'm saying? We had the majority black-owned businesses in the country. But it got destroyed. Somehow, some along the way messed that up and destroyed that. In the 60s, in the 50s and 60s, it was segregation. So we could not go to no one. We could not go to white restaurants. We could not get transportation from white folks. So we started our own cab. We had our own Ubers and Lyfts back then in the 50s. Why? Because it was always ride shares. Why? Because of the segregation. You could not get a white man to come and pick you up, man. White man wasn't coming to pick you up from the hood back in the 50s and 60s. When doing segregation, we had to have our own ride share to get to work. After 1968, we got rid of the ride share. The whole bus boycott movement. When we did the whole bus boycott movement in the 60s, that allowed us to have our own business. We had ride share. We had our own buses. We had our own transportation. That hurt white America when we refused to catch the bus. When we refused to catch the bus, we refused to catch a cab, anything like that, we was able to have the power we needed to say, okay, y'all have to deal with us now. When that happened, they had to get rid of that whole law and make it to where we all can kumbaya and come together. That rocked us to sleep, and now we're back in the same boat of the 50s and 60s. It's a different kind of segregation. They just want your money. They don't want you. It's a difference. And you'll see that. And if you see that, man, how can you be happy with that? How can you be happy when somebody take your dollar and play you like a number and push you on and don't respect you? They just want your money. So we have to stop fucking with people that don't fuck with us, man. For real. We quick to say, I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with her. I don't fuck with her because they this, they that. They don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with them. But y'all fuck with white folks. Y'all fuck with Chaldeans. Y'all fuck with Indians. Y'all fuck with all these other nationalities and different cultures that's taken away from us. And you spending with them. They taking your money. You spending with them, but they don't want you. And they not giving back to you. They don't honor and they don't respect you. And they don't see us as valuable. And we're the most valuable people of the planet Earth. You know what I mean? So that's all I wanted to speak on right now, because right now I'm at home for a couple of days. I'm under the weather, but I'm able to look at some of this content and speak on it. And the other time I'm too busy, so I'm barely on here because I'm always working. And I'm working towards something. So I'm going to tell you like this. If you working at a job, don't just go to work. Don't just go to work. Don't just go to work. Go to work with the aspirations. I'm going to get a house out their ass. If you already got a house, you own the house, I'm going to get a car out their ass. You already got a house and a car, I'm going to get some stocks out their ass. I'm going to get some gold out of them. I'm going to get another house. If you got a house, get another house. Get 3 houses before you retire and be able to say, okay, at least I got something out of them. They got something out of me. I got something out of them. That's the benefit. If you're going to work for someone, or if you're going to have your own business, make sure you get something out of it. Because other than that, if you spend this stuff as it come and you living check to check and you're not getting the benefit out of it, you gonna find yourself in your 60s, if you make it that long, 60s or 70s, and you ain't got shit. And your people around you ain't got shit. So you don't want to be like that, man. Get something out of these people. Stop playing. We wasting too much time. We don't have enough time left on this earth, man. They killing us with this alcohol, this weed, liquor, crack, pills, whatever people want. They killing us with the foods, with the air. You know what I'm saying? With the water. Come on, man. You can't even be a vegetarian, a vegan, and not be affected in some kind of way where they hurting us or harming us with these cancers and these other diseases. So we got to make life count, man. This is not no coming into 2026. This is this is coming into now. Fuck the New Year's resolution. This is right now when you wake up and decide, look, man, never again. You know? So take it from your brother, your friend, Miguel X. Just coming with some words of aspirations. any questions or comments, let me know. I'm here. 1.